Hello, everybody, and welcome to another My Music. In a minute, I'm going to be talking about lots and lots of pictures on a wall because that is fascinating. For anybody that's just listening to this, you can't see them. I've got some pictures behind me, but my guest today, Niko, also known as JUNOKILL, has got beautiful pictures, and the way that they're arranged on the wall in this kind of abstract, almost like I've thrown them up, you know, I've licked them and thrown them at the wall, and they've stuck wherever they've arrived. Is wonderful, and we'll be talking about music as well because that's probably more important. Straight after this.
Keep on, don't stop. Keep on, don't stop. Keep on, don't stop.
Niko, finally, you're here
Yeah, I'm
to
here.
talk to me. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine.
Good.
I'm very fine.
Good. Where are you coming from in the world?
I'm living in Hamburg, in Germany.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, and today it's sunny, and that's not that
Yeah.
often.
We have a bit of sun today. We've had torrential rain for the last week or so. That's kind of gone now, and feels like the very last hooray of summer now. And then I'm sure that winter's about to set in. You've had a good summer in Germany, weather-wise, or?
Yeah. Where I live, it's most of the time it's very dark and cold and stormy and rainy.
Not then. What we would call typical English weather, actually.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
more like English weather here.
Yeah, well, perhaps you've got our weather this year, and we haven't had that. Well, I think we've had what Spain and whatever would normally have.
Yeah, okay.
And so we've been very fortunate. Very quickly before we talk about the music, beautiful set of pictures on the wall.
Thank you.
What are they? Oh, I can see Bowie up there.
Yeah, that's right. I have lots of Bowies in my room. Everywhere they are looking at me.
Bowies and then animals and whatever. But Bowie an important figure for you musically and artistically?
Yeah, Bowie is I think he's the most important person for me musically and artistically, and just a huge source of inspiration for me.
Yeah. What is it about Bowie that's important to you? Because I mean, I just love watching interviews with David Bowie. He's very humorous, intelligent, it was so well read.
Yeah. It's all you said about him and his appearance and how he acts, how he's talking to people, but also the music he did and the way he crafted his music was so in various ways. It was not one genre. It was everything he liked at the moment, and then he was. I think he was not that judgy with the arts. And
no, I know what you mean. I think at times in his career he was he was always making a statement.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think he found a very accessible way of making those statements.
Yeah.
I think he almost could have been a much more difficult artist. Right. But he knew what people would be able to take as something that was accessible to them. He understood like popular culture really, really well. And he understood how to feed into that. But I think actually what's great about an artist like Bowie is the layers of it, right? That he wrote some really you know, on the surface, very accessible, very easy pop tunes,
Mm.
right? But there were layers, and then as you got into him as a person as well, and then, you know, what he was saying, and just some of the kind of people that he hung out with within his career as well, it made you realize that there was a lot more going on,
Mm.
you know.
Mhm.
What about you? Are you like that? You got layers?
Mm. I think so, yes. I
Let's
think
hope so.
there
Yeah.
I think there are some layers, yeah.
Yeah.
Um yeah. I like the not sticking to one thing and not doing just one or serving just one direction.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, even what from what we can see, if we go on your Instagram, for example, now, right?
Mhm.
From you can tell, right? So if you scroll like 3 fingers down someone's Instagram, there's change from sort of like, you know,
Yeah.
go to where you are now, right? It's not, and it's not just a steady progression of like,
Mhm.
you know, I'm just tweaking what I'm doing, and it's just evolving a tiny little bit.
Yeah.
You're very definite with like, oh, I'm doing this, and then I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep myself busy with doing different things in music. So especially with my own project, JUNOKILL. But I'm also musician for other projects, and and then I'm kind of
What
doing
sort of other projects are you involved with?
I have another project called Niko and Hans. It's a duo, and we do
Yeah.
improvised music. And then
You might have to explain that, by the way, to some people. When you say improvised music, right?
It's so we don't have like finished songs.
Yeah.
They are on a stage.
It's like improv comedy, right?
Yeah, but it's
In a
not.
way.
It's not that funny. But it has a it's for I think it's more for a life experience. So we are on stages, and then it's what happens in the room, what happens with the people. We have musical motifs where we can easily connect, and then we just we do our thing then together. It's just the two of us, and without drums. It's a lot of synthesizers and vocalizing, and
It's almost what we would call back in the day jamming.
it's jamming. It's jamming. And then one song is like 15 minutes. But it's fun. It's very fun. It's a fun project. It's we call it our musical holidays.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, prog bands have made a career out of making 15-minute songs. So
yeah.
What's the most challenging thing about doing that? We'll come on and talk about JUNOKILL in a minute. But what's the most challenging thing when you're sort of like improvising in front of people?
I think the most challenging thing is really to just be with myself and with my partner then on the stage, and
not worried about making mistakes, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Just
because it's going to
being
happen
in the moment, and try and error, and failing is okay also. But it's challenging on on the stage.
I think in some ways that is quite similar to sort of improv comedy, because I think when you see the best improv comedy, we actually went to see some in Amsterdam recently.
Mhm.
And I think where you get the best of anything that's improvised in front of an audience,
Mhm.
it's where the person doing it does allow themselves to get it wrong,
Yeah.
right? Because otherwise, all you're doing in your head all of the time, you're kind of, before you do it, you're saying, is this funny, or is this good, or whatever. And you don't want to be doing that. As you say, you want to get to a point where you are literally allowing yourself to just do it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because then it's better. Because otherwise, when you start, it's almost like if you start thinking about it,
Mhm.
you crash.
Yeah, yeah. And it's always yeah, in the rehearsal room it's always a different atmosphere than on the stage, and I think it's challenging to bring that that feeling from the rehearsal room to the stage. But
Very, yeah, no,
but that's what
definitely.
I want. I want that intimacy also, and yeah, that everyone feels
Yeah,
good and and welcomed, and yeah. But
I
yeah,
totally
that's
get
fun.
that as someone that's been a musician, whatever, and that electricity that you can get when you've got a
Yeah,
group of people together and you're just feeding off of each other is brilliant. Doing that without structured songs
yeah.
on a stage, it's brave, my friend.
Uh,
That's really brave, but it's great. I wish more people would do that. It's fantastic. You should bring that over here. We'd love to see some of that.
yeah, I'd like to. I really do. Oh, we release our first song next week. Yeah, with that project, with that improvised pop music.
And it's quite dreamy. Yeah,
It's very dreamy. Yeah,
yeah,
we call the genre softcore impro-pop.
yeah. Well, it's kind of like it's got almost like a shoegazy feel at times to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
which is really nice. Tell us a bit more about JUNOKILL. Why? That's a name and a half, anyway. As well. What?
Oh yeah, the name. Yeah, it was just spinning around with words, and
I mean, you must really hate the movie Juno.
I really like the movie Juno, and I also really like the synthesizer Juno.
Yeah.
It's I think the kill is from Bikini Kill, so it's
Right.
like a
Right.
little connection to that, because it's in the heart of my
So
music.
you actually, what you've done there is you put together a name made up of things that you really love. And
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and yeah, I wanted something which is, I also like that it's kill in it, and it's something very hard and rough. And band names I had before were very soft and nice sounding,
Yeah.
and I'd like the edginess on.
Is that purposeful? Because does it feel like with a name like that you can inhabit
Yeah,
that name? Yeah.
I think it really connects to the music I'm doing. It's very it's, I would say my music is heartful.
Yeah.
And
Where does that come from within you? Where
my music comes from deep inside, somewhere maybe in my stomach heart region.
Yeah. So that's the dark place in all of us that
yeah.
you're pulling this out from. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the impact on you personally when you write this stuff? Does it is it quite cathartic for you? Do you,
Mm.
in being able to reach that kind of dark place and then give it birth in song, do you
Yeah,
feel lighter as a result of it?
yeah, definitely. It's somehow I need this as a practical doing for to somehow to organize my chaos, and it's very chaotic within myself and in the world. And yeah, in music I find somehow a focus, and which I normally don't have.
Yeah.
Or it's not that easy to get in that state to have that focus. Yeah, and then it's very introspective,
Introspective,
yeah.
yeah.
And then it's every time I bring myself to do music or write songs, an album, it's always connected with multiple crises. Because it's
Personal crisis or
personal crisis,
right.
existential crisis. Yeah, because it's
But I like that you're laughing about it. So this must do something for you. As I say, the music must be quite a partner for you in all of this to make you happy to laugh about it.
Yeah. It's hard work. But I need this. I really need this for my mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would ever happen if you got happy? Really happy, like ecstatically happy? Do you think like you'd ever kind of be the person that is ecstatically happy, or do you feel like you would be suspicious of people that are overly? Are you suspicious of people that are overly happy?
No, I think most of the people would call me like I'm a very, very happy person.
Right.
So I seem to be very happy. I like to be happy. So I'm joyful, and
so you're so in terms of when you write this, you are reaching deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm both. I like pleasure and joy in my life, and I like being happy. So it's very, it's that simple. But I also I don't make happy music because that's not the I don't have so much.
Well,
I don't.
listen. You talked about chaos earlier.
Yeah.
Are you? I'm trying to get the measure of you here, but are you quite on the one hand quite a chaotic person, and you quite enjoy the creativeness of the chaos, but on the other hand, you sometimes get frustrated with yourself because of the chaos?
Yeah, totally. It's I have a structure in the chaos, but sometimes the chaos is overwhelming me.
And you're like,
yeah, and then it's always when I'm writing music, doing an album. It's always that huge part of overwhelming as well.
I've lost that file. Where have I put it? I created a folder and put it there.
And I want to say so much. Then I can structure it all, or I want to put everything I want to say right now in these songs. And then the stress level is quite high, I guess.
Oh, how do you feel like when you look back on stuff that you've done? Are you quite do you feel like you move on from the last thing you've done really quite quickly, and you're like, oh, that's done now, and I'm on to the next thing, or are you quite happy to sort of like revisit work when you've done it?
I like to revisit work. Because I think it's so fast around us. Everything is so fast changing, and there are so many things you need next. And when you have one album out, you're already thinking about the next one, because there's so much going on around us, and I'd like to take the moment, which can be very long, and celebrate that this had happened, and that this album is out now and will be there forever, and that it was a lot of work, a lot of time and energy and money. And
does it frustrate you the way that people listen to music sometimes these days?
Yeah.
That, like, the fact that they're like, yeah, I love that, and then next minute they're like, oh yeah, that over here, shiny object.
I'd like that people listen to the whole thing, so then they have the chance to get it. And I don't know how often this happens, that people really listen to the whole album.
I blame the technology, you know. I mean, it's we've talked about this so many times on this program, but it's a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it's so easy to get your music out there now. When I say easy, you still have to make it. That bit's not easy, but once you've done it, the distribution model is so easy compared with what it used to be.
That's true.
But the downside of all of that is that, you know, it's easy for people to get it. And, you know, one of the reasons why, if you speak to people of a certain age, i.e. my age, that didn't grow up with all of this digital music, etc., why we probably so intently loved certain albums or whatever. And I'm not sure, I'm sure it does still exist, but to me it feels like I lived in a time where you so intently loved things, just because I think that you actually invested. We saved our pocket money, right? We went to a record store, we made our choice, right? We decided that £10 that we saved months for, we were going to spend it on that album.
And I like that. I like that idea. And I also I'm doing it also like that. I go to the record store and buy my vinyls, and that's how I consume music and how I love to consume music. And
have you ever bought a vinyl just based on the cover?
I do that regularly.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, tell me one album that you've bought where you didn't know what it was going to sound like. You had no idea. You got it home, you put it on. And it's been life-changing.
For example,
wow.
That one here in the back.
At the top.
It's from Corridor, and the album is called Mimi. And I really like that. Just because that's also the cover of the album. And it's a French band. It's very nice. I often listen to it at home when I'm doing stuff, when I'm when I have to tidy up my room. And that's one one album I bought just because of the
Corridor
cover.
Mimi. There you go.
Corridor. Yeah.
It's one for everyone to go and check out alongside JUNOKIll.
Yeah.
Okay.
JUNOKIll.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to get people to check out your music, but go and check that album out as well. It's lovely when people pass stuff down to other people. I feel
Yeah.
that's, you know,
Yeah.
that ritual of sort of like saying, "Oh, have you heard?" or whatever. I get a little bit tired of that on social media though.
Mhm.
Right, and I'll tell you why. I see it on certain platforms where people go, "Oh yeah, music's so important to me," and whatever, and then they do, "Here's my top 10 shares," or whatever,
Mhm.
and they seem to have just like picked. Maybe I'm elitist, but they seem to have just like picked like stuff that will make up other people happy, because like they just kind of pick like really obvious stuff.
Yeah.
And you just think, I just want you to share stuff with me that like you've actually been. I want to find people for a start that have got really quite interesting listening habits and have gone that little bit deeper than just gone, you know, that was in the charts, I bought that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's kind of boring.
It is. That's what I mean. I see so many of those posts and it's like, I know all of those songs. Right, I don't want that. I actually want like to see a list of 10 songs that I don't know any of it.
Mm.
Yeah, so that I'm actually like, I've got to go and do some work here now.
Yeah, that's cool. Then you have to dig deeper. Yeah, I have to find out what people are, these musicians, and why are they making that kind of music. And then it gets interesting.
Yeah, you're very prepared to put yourself out there for your art as well. I mean, in some of your like video content and whatever, you're there.
I'm
right?
there. Yeah, I'm very there, and I want to be there. I have great people around around my art, and who support me in doing that, and I have a great band. I have my sisters doing all the videos with me, and yeah, I want more. I want to go abroad with it. I want to tour with it. Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, very definitely. That's nice. You got your family involved, your sister involved. That must put you at ease somewhat and make you feel like you can almost put yourself out there even more if your sister's helping you make video content. Because it's like one thing to like sit in a bath or something in front of strangers, but your sister, I mean, you feel like you can explore more.
Yeah, it's very. I feel very safe, and I feel very comfortable with her. Yeah, but it brings also
Do you argue?
tensions because we're siblings, and
Yeah.
and
But that's
she's
good.
the older one.
She can probably be honest with you as well, though, right?
Very honest, but also sometimes maybe too honest, or when it's not expected or asked for.
You might value that even more though later in life, especially if you like, you know, you become big and you make it and whatever.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I'm very grateful that I have her and her directness.
Sometimes we all need that around us. You know, my kids say I make YouTube for old people. I love that. I mean, it keeps me keeps me on a check. You know what I mean? It's like my youngest is always telling me, he said, "Dad, you should do this with your YouTube, and it should be about this." And he's like, I mean, he literally he's only 10, but he's already decided he's going to be a YouTuber, and he knows what he's going to make a YouTube channel about. In fact, he wants me to make a YouTube channel with him where he basically beats me at every video game under the sun. And you know, he just basically roasts Dad, and I quite enjoy that whole idea. You know,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe people would watch it. I don't know, but he knows exactly how he would do it. He's completely he's transfixed by that. He's autistic and he has ADHD, but you feel like that gives him a vision.
Oh yeah.
Which is super.
So he knows what he really wants.
he totally like, even down to, he's like, Dad, your thumbnails should be this, and the titles of this should be this. Yeah, he's brilliant. Could be a genius. Watch out, folks. My son might be the next big YouTuber. We don't know. We'll look out for that. What's next on the horizon for you?
Next on my horizon is for JUNOKIll. It is I want to play more shows abroad or in other places than Germany.
Promoters, if you're listening, and I am in a group with a load of promoters. If you're listening, JUNOKIll UK.
Yeah.
JUNOKIll UK.
JUNOKIll UK. Yeah, I'd like to play in the UK someday. And
have you been over here?
I have been, several times, but it's quite a time ago now.
Yeah. Of course, it's quite difficult. We're struggling over here since Brexit to make it.
And I can imagine that touring then is also difficulter than with the Brexit, and but I'm very interested in other scenes, other people.
Who would you most like to work with? That's given the fact that you're quite varied in your approach, is there someone out there you'd really like to work with?
In terms of
making music, if we could hook you up with someone today that that you could collaborate with, is there anybody?
There is a band also from the UK. I don't know where exactly. They are called Jen. And I'd like to make music with them.
We'll tag them in and see what happens, right?
Yes, maybe it happens then.
Jen, if you're watching.
Yeah, they are very cool. I experienced them last year.
Yeah.
And then I saw them on a show in Berlin, and they are very energetic.
Listen,
they make very, very good music.
It doesn't happen unless you ask.
Yeah.
And that happens at every single level, right?
That's true.
So we should hopefully try and make it happen, and then that would be a fantastic thing. Yesterday I got to speak to and by the time this goes out, you might see it before this one, folks, but I got to speak to the wonderful Jar Wobble, who's obviously a well-known bass player and musician who played with Public Image Limited, Pill, with John Lydon, had some big hits, etc., and has crafted an amazing career as both a writer and a producer and whatever. And but he still has ambitions, and we were talking about it, and he said, "Well, yeah." I said, if I could get you an orchestra and the Royal Albert Hall, would you do something? And he went, "Oh yeah." He said, "And I know exactly what I would do." So we're trying to pitch for him, right?
Oh, that's so great.
To make that happen, right?
Yeah, I would take that too.
You would take that. Well, perhaps we can introduce you. If we can make it happen with Yar Wobble, right? We'll introduce you to Yar and we can get you involved. Yeah.
Perfect
Brilliant.
deal.
There we go. That's what we want. By the way, folks, you're absolutely right to notice that Niko has got the most fabulous T-shirt on as well. A little bit of retro, Space Jam. That is
Space Jam. Yeah, it's also connected with I'm doing astropunk, so it's nearly the
yes.
same, or in the same universe.
I think it's amazing. What a blast from the past that is. Listen, thank you so much for coming on today
Thank
and
you for inviting me for the
talking
chat.
to us. Folks, I hope you do now go and check out Niko's music, right? We will put the links in as this goes out. So you go and say hello on the Instagram, etc. Do give follow, check out all
Yeah.
the music, put it on a playlist. Don't just listen to it once and then forget about it and go and eat your dinner. Put it on the playlist, because that way it sticks around a little bit more and it helps the artist more as well.
That's true. Yeah.
Right? If we can get
Yeah.
if we can get it on, if we can get your music on another, 20, 30 playlists, it really helps, right? And then share those playlists with your friends. You see how it works, folks? It's all about sharing.
Sharing
Right.
is caring.
Sharing is definitely caring. People don't make any money from it, but if you do that more, people get noticed more, and then promoters start taking notice, and that's the way that the world works these days. So please do go and do that. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
And we'll speak again sometime soon. Folks, thank you for watching. This has been my music. This has been the wonderful Niko, aka JUNOKILL. Do go and check out the music. That's the most important thing. We will be back soon with more of the same, but until then, from both of us, bye for now.